Well, hello, friends, and welcome to this week's 3-card spread for your life. 3-card spread for your journey. 3-card spread of wisdom and insight. Prepare to have deep, deep teachings revealed. It's true. It's also kind of funny to say it in a sassy way. Listen, I'm Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood Akashic Records reader, Divine Light Channel, energy healer, katierubin.com for all your energy healing needs. I have pulled 3 cards for you today. What I do, as I've said before, is I open the Akashic Records of everyone that this reading is for, or I'll say to the beings of light, I'd like to pull 3 cards, please, and open the records for everyone that would benefit from this spread. So who's going to watch? Who's going to benefit? Let's open those people's as records. So I've done that before I start the video. I shuffle and I ask them to tell me when to stop shuffling when the 3 cards are ready on top of the deck. And these are the 3 cards we pulled. Now, interestingly, and this continues to happen lately in a really cool way, the first card is a card that showed up, I believe, in either the middle or the end of last reading or the reading before. I'm not sure. So the recent past card here is the Moonlight card, 51. The current moment card is the Ghost Light card, 17. And the outcome card is Ride the Wave, bitches. It doesn't say bitches on it. This is my deck that I love to use. I've told you this before, but now you know again. The dog is barking because, by the way, I'm in my new healing center. Isn't it pretty? And Squeezle, my familiar, is getting to know the noises outside. And so there's going to be a little oof, 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 oof from time to time from this beast. So I love it when a card shows up in the first position of a spread that was in the middle or the last position last time, because it tells us we're kind of moving forward in linear time, the way people do, and that we're processing through something. So I'll give you my brief interpretation of what I get energetically sitting in the records of you, as I am right now, from this spread. So the Moonlight card is about, taking your guidance and your direction in life. I don't have COVID. I've had many COVID tests, one just 3 days ago, and I was negative. I have a cough. The Moonlight card is about taking your direction from oracle cards, actually, spiritual guidance, other worldly dimensions that this card talks about. The way to sit with yourself and deal with what's happening for you in this present moment is through divination practices. So this is our current, us here today, our current recent past card. So this is the recent past for you, as you've been in a place of like going internal, looking through the spiritual lens, pulling cards, being quiet, etc., etc. Now, the present moment we're in is the Ghostlands card, which is all about being in the present moment. The Ghostlands card, as you'll hear in a second when I read it, is about, we can think about the past and we can think about the future, but neither of them are occurring. The only thing to really, really do is to deepen ourselves into the present moment. The Ghostlands term refers to the fact that you're in a ghostland if you're in the future, because it's not a thing, and you're in a ghostland if you're in the past, because the past is not a thing either. So why not be right here, right now? Now, I have some deeper things to say about what I think that's about collectively right now. Let me come back to that. The outcome being you're exactly like what we're going to get out of practicing being in the present moment and not getting ahead of ourselves or going to the past is we're going to have a sense of being in the flow and just riding the waves of life rather than trying to manage the waves or turn the ocean into not an ocean. We're going to just successfully ride those waves the way dolphins ride waves, just like that. See the dolphins riding the waves? They know what they're doing. They don't go to the ocean and go, hey, ocean, be a parking lot. They go, no, we're dolphins. You're an ocean. We're going to ride you. We get that you're in control. And our job is to kind of like follow, surf, and do our best to stay afloat. So when I feel into the energy of the deeper teaching here, this is about everything that's happening in the collective. the pandemic, the politics, the changing of the guard in the political realm. You guys know what's happening. I don't have to tell you. Everything about race consciousness, everything about women, everything, just like the huge upheaval that our culture and our society and our humanity is in the middle of. One of the most basic spiritual principles that you've all heard a million times, because it's popular to say it now, is that, the way to have, or one of the best ways to have less drama and more peace in our lives is to just be where we are. Like if you breathe right now, into your low belly and feel your connection to the ground that's below your feet, and feel the weight of your body relaxing into the chair you're sitting in. And in my case, feel the sweet, soft fuzziness of the white dog in your lap. There aren't any problems in this moment. Now, that's a very spiritual concept, and it's actually a deeper thing to get really good at being present in the moment than people give it credit for. People give lip service to just be present, just be present. Be here now. We've all read the book. Eckhart Tolle woke up on a park bench. I understand, Eckhart Tolle, good for you. Not everybody has an experience like that. So how do we get to be here now? Oftentimes it takes human beings, big dramatic experiences like a pandemic and a terrible megalomaniacal president and so on and so forth, to force us, if you will, to give up the need to control, or the illusion and the belief that we can control the reality we're living in. Now you might say, yeah, but I do have some control, Katie. I can vote for whoever I want to vote for, and I can, buy a new house if I hate my house, or I can get a new job, or date this person or that person, or send the dog outside to the yard. This is true. We're talking about your inner state of being. It's not about in life 3D reality, like we're supposed to stop doing stuff. Like if you don't call the health insurance company, you won't have health insurance. God, the universe doesn't show up and hand you health insurance. If you don't cook your dinner, you're not eating, right? You do have to assert your will into and in communion with this reality. But the idea is to be riding the waves as you do it. The idea is to have an internal space of peace, so that you are the calm at the center of the storm of life, so that no matter what's happening externally, you have this peaceful center at the middle. That's the whole point. So that's why the card is telling us to really take it seriously though, the practice, it is a practice of every single minute that you notice yourself caught in thinking about the past or the future, that you come back to your belly breath, for example. That's one way to do it. It works for me. You might have your own way of coming back to the moment. Because right here, right now, all there is silence and peace and love and oneness. So cataclysmic world events have the potential to teach us very deep things about how to be here now. Because the pain of trying to be upset about it and then be excited and then hope and then despair and then I'm up and then I'm down. All of that is, I don't know about you, but pretty damn exhausting for me. So I gave that up a lot of years ago, riding the freaking insane storm of I'm happy, I'm sad about politics. I'm happy, I'm sad about whatever. Not to say don't have your feelings, but it's like, where is that center point inside your midline that you can come back to, so that when the world is doing this, you're a steady boat afloat upon the ocean that never keels over? Where is that in you? So let's now read what the cards have to say. I'll read the actual words of this author. So our recent past moment is this moonlight moment, which apparently is about the following. Trying to keep these under 10 minutes and I'm failing miserably. Your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. This is the recent past. Moonlight beckons. Come and trust your intuition to lead you into places that may not seem logical. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist second-guessing yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now. You can see beyond the surface of things and truly read between the lines. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain information. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic one. It comes subtly through a hunch, a tingling, a clear sound, or an animal or object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you now. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So the recent past is this moment of like trusting our hunches, letting our intuition lead us into places that may not seem logical, trusting that you are right on target if you've been doing that. Don't second guess, no matter what's happening in this moment. Don't second guess the wacky healing center you built in the middle of Mancos, Colorado, which was not on your life plan, believe me. Be grateful and trust that where you are now is where you're meant to be. Okay, great. And that's our recent past, trusting those hunches, following that intuition, practicing, because it is a practice, not second guessing ourselves, which brings us, if we've done that in the recent past, to the present moment. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Isn't that the truth? Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the past and the future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there. Yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. And hallelujah. I don't know about you, but for me, there's so much peace in the present moment. Whenever I get guidance that's like, be more in the present moment, I'm like, thank you. I will. It feels so nice here. And this line jumps out at me. You can't live there, but you can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. So oftentimes people get super hippied out and super spiritual woo-woo blissed out that they're like, being in the moment means I just like sit here and just like do nothing. It's like, nah, sometimes. But being in the moment is like, it's about being in the ever unfolding what now? It's like, it's a question, the present moment. It's a peaceful space that is quiet and centered. And it's also got a question in it. What's happening now? What's happening now? How about now? But notice, it's not a compulsive, obsessive, now what, now what, now what, now what? That's very different. That's when you clamp your brainstem tight and you close your heart and you close your third chakra and you're just like running forward into the future. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about, curiosity inside of presence will lead you to like, oh, I got to go get my health insurance handled. By the way, have you noticed I have health insurance on the mind? I do. It's my next task. But I'm using it as an example to say, I woke up this morning and I didn't have a ton on my calendar. And I was like, I'm going to breathe into this present moment and just enjoy the peace of not having a ton on my calendar. And then I'm wondering, what's next, God? What am I up to? And then it's like, oh, right, I do need to handle that. And I did want to do a 3-card spread, and that feels good and aligned. I'm going to do those things. And that's it. And I'm here now doing those things. But that's the point. There can be a sort of activated, lively question inside of the peaceful expansion and the centered connection with ourselves of the present. Okay. So living in the present, we wind up in this 3-card spread with the Ride the Wave card. This is the outcome of being in the present. Right now, success is easy and effortless. What? I'm sorry. Come again. You can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. Yes, please. The tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all your talents, coupled with your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. Well, if that's not a positive pitch for being in the present moment and having used your oracle cards and trusted your intuition, I don't know what is. That's pretty goddamn positive, don't you think? You can be assured in the coming future here that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to everything you know. Talents, dreams, hope will carry you forward. People, circumstances coming out of the ocean of potential. Spectacular activity. So, thank you for being here today. And just remember, just because it feels in your body like stuff isn't happening doesn't mean stuff isn't happening. You just trusted your intuition and took a bunch of leaps of faith. You're just sitting here kind of in the calm at the center of the storm, which is a beautiful place to sit, knowing, because of this 3-card spread, pow, spectacular activity, people and circumstances coming out of the woodwork to support and help you. Man, does that resonate for me. So may this be uplifting, positive, supportive for you today. I hope you're all taking really good care of yourselves. Remember, if and when you need some healing work, check out katierubin.com/energy healing. Book a session or a couple sessions. Also, check out All the Answers podcast, where my dear, hilarious, wonderful friend Cassidy Jamal Brown and I get real sassy and irreverent and comedic around deep spiritual topics. And then we have a guest on and we open their Akashic records in the interview in the podcast episode, and we get guidance and healing, and every now and again we solve a murder for real. So join us there, All the Answers, everywhere you get your podcasts. I love you guys. Take good care of yourselves. Peace and blessings.